I want to make a documentary on this, okay? Maybe in the next month or so, I need to sit down and How's it, folks? Welcome back to another edition of Mashup Vix. I'm Jason Batt. Right, you saw the title there in my video. It's crazy, guys. A lot of mixed emotions at the moment. There's a 50-50 feel about the situation. Some say, yeah, it's out of control and it's madness, and some say, yeah, it's right. So why is it right? Why is it wrong? I mean, come on. We in a country of democracy, 25 years now, people are still trying to heal and lick the wounds from apartheid. So yeah, it is causing a lot of mixed emotions. But let me first play you the video. There's a couple of videos that I got off Facebook, and let me remind you, I'm not monetizing on this video. I'm not making money on this video at all. I believe in the fair share policy. There is a fair share policy that's out there. I have done a video before where, what was it? Where the children was hungry in the streets and people came. I got a copyright strike for it, but the owner retracted and said, no, it's fine because it's a fair share policy. I mean, I'm not making money on the videos. So let me quickly show you the video with the Prime Minister of Australia. I think it's him. What I had to say. Okay, let's watch the videos.
Minister Dutton's comments about priority approval for South African farmers is a welcome sign, due to the growing violence and persecution facing white farmers. The situation in South Africa is dire, with gangs of communist thugs threatening families, stealing land and destroying livestock. The government has voted to remove protections surrounding property rights. The lessons of Rhodesia have not been learnt. Mr Dutton is right to offer assistance to these farmers.
WA Liberals are driving a move to fast-track refugee visas for white South African farmers following reports of murder, torture and land seizures. Home Affairs Minister Peter Dutton claims they deserve special attention, but refugee advocates say there's no good reason for them to jump the queue.
He was shot 6 times. So this is where my dad died. He was killed.
This is why supporters say white farmers should skip the queue to get into Australia. Claims of a spike in white murder rates and a government decision to strip farmers of their land without compensation, driving the push to fast-track visas.
They should be granted refugee status for a start. As far as I know, they currently don't have it. So let's get them refugee status now. Anyone who does want to leave, who does feel threatened, should be welcome here, absolutely.
Most of Perth's 19,000-strong South African expat community agrees. The Federal Immigration Minister is on board, saying white farmers deserve special attention and they want to work hard. Not surprisingly, PAULINE HANSON is too.
The persecuted white farmers should be actually given precedence to come into the country. Bring them in and get rid of the trash apex gangs that we have here.
The Greens and refugee groups are outraged, saying white farmers are no more in need than any other persecuted groups around the world.
It looks like Peter Dutton wants to bring back the White Australia policy. Oh, this is racism, pure and simple.
Locals wanting to have their say can attend a public forum next month when Australia's Citizenship Minister flies into Perth for talks on how to help. Elizabeth CREASY, no.
So yeah, those type of videos is causing havoc now in South Africa, because now, you know, it's the same now with some of our politicians. The one moment they are saying this, kill the boer, kill the farmer, and then the next moment they say, no, we don't want you to go now. So this is causing confusion now. I don't know what it is, okay? If you ask me, maybe it's because of the 2019 elections that's around the corner and you have to secure votes. But why would you want to secure votes by telling your people of the country, go ahead, go out there and take land for yourself? I don't know, I don't understand it. Politics, it's a difficult thing to understand at the moment in this country for all. It's a laughing stock. This whole week on social media, I've been telling people, guys, don't take it serious, just laugh about it. I mean, Nando's a couple of years ago when they made their adverts, okay, I haven't seen a Nando's advert in a long time now, but their adverts was trying to tell South Africa, in essence, laugh about it. I mean, it's a joke, man. I mean, we've got a circus. We live in a bloody circus for a country. But yet we get offended. And social media platforms out there, yo, I tell you, we can swear each other, we can take each other out and say this and that. And coming back to what I said earlier on, it's a 50-50 thing, because 50% of the country feel positive about it, 50% feel negative about it. But now for the government to come in of Australia and say he wants to bring white farmers across, I don't know. It's not such a good thing. Why is it not a good thing? Because we all know what's going to happen. I mean, if you are in economics and if you are an investor in this country and you invest in South Africa, we all know what happened to Zimbabwe when all the whites were chased out. We know exactly what happened. People started pulling out of Zimbabwe. They started taking their money out. And then the next thing you know, Zimbabwe went bang. But is this the future for South Africa? I don't know. I don't know. I can't tell you. One more video quickly I want to show you. And then I want to come and tell you exactly why I'm doing these videos. And there's something I want to do. There's something I feel I want to do. I spoke to one of my Facebook friends on Facebook Friday. I offended him. He invited me to come to Soweto and tell me, Jason, this is not how things are in South Africa. Come to Soweto. Let me show you. He's told me about his friends from America that have slept over in Soweto, and that South Africa's changed. Yes, it has changed. I know it has changed. But it's not, how can I say, you can have a trust relationship and build a trust relationship with some of your friends on Facebook and maybe go have a couple of drinks with them and have bras with them. But it's not them that I don't trust. It's the crime out there that I don't trust. I don't trust the crime. You can go into a place in Soweto or any other township and you drive in your car and you're with your friends and then the criminal, it's not about race. This cut me out here. It's not race. It's about the criminal out there. We are a murderous capital, okay? Our crime rates are one of the highest in the world, okay? So when you come into a town and you know its history and you know the history of the country and you know you are white and that, yeah, okay, cool. And maybe until the essence it has got to do with race, but it's not. It's a murderous problem. It's a crime problem, okay? At this current moment, the police are fighting a war out there, okay? So yeah, it's him. It's the criminal. Can I trust him? Can I go with my friend into Soweto and know that I will be safe there? Yes, my friend will tell me you are safe, you are with me. But it's not him I'm worried about. It's the criminal out there. It's the criminal out there that I can't trust. I can't trust him because what's he going to do to me? But anyway, let me play quickly this video about farming in South Africa. Now this video is just an example of a farm that was given to people from this land grab policy. And sorry, I know the word. Let me just put it here, the word. Expropriation. I can't pronounce the word right. I'm sorry about that. Okay, let me show you the video quickly.
Large vegetable farm in the fertile Midlands of South Africa's KwaZulu-Natal province. Zanele Sitole and her community are barely managing to scrape a living. Production has decreased dramatically since the 237 hectares were transferred to their ownership under the Land Reform Programme 11 years ago. Now less than 10 hectares are under production.
This farm, long time ago, should be a big farm to plant, but now have got nothing in the land. It can't plant anything because I've got no equipment to use this farm.
In an attempt to address historical injustices, the South African government has spent more than €4 billion on land reform since the end of apartheid. An estimated 10% of agricultural land previously in white hands has been transferred to new black owners. A total of 30% is earmarked for redistribution. Beatrice Oppong and John Flanagan are part of a research team that evaluated the impact of land reform for the Finance Ministry, collecting data from dozens of land reform farms and almost 600 households.
This farm is a very typical example of what we find in land reform farms across our sample. The production has decreased drastically from commercial agriculture to subsistence agriculture, plummeting by 79%. The employment likewise has also plummeted. It's gone down by 84% on average, and in this province as high as 94% drop. What we find is that families across the board are also struggling to feed themselves.
In the same valley as Sitole's land lies Manana Farms, a large peach and vegetable farm that was transferred to the local community 8 years ago. More than €1 million was spent making this farm viable. But after the commercial partner pulled out because of government red tape, the operation collapsed.
So we've got land, we've got implements, we've got machines, we've got investments on land, big businesses that had been handed over to beneficiaries who have no idea, who are just average farm laborers or farm tenants on these lands. They cannot farm the land, they cannot run the farms, and they are hungry out there. They cannot eat these lands, they cannot eat the machines, and the land has just been abandoned at the end of the day. But people are still hungry out there.
Apart from bureaucratic hurdles, the report indicates that land reform farmers generally lack access to finance, training and comprehensive and ongoing support. Addressing these shortcomings is a matter of urgency in politically and economically volatile South Africa.
Yes, and as you can see in that video, the farm was given to them. The males are not there. They're gone. So now it's just the females. And they're trying to keep the farm in running order, but they don't have the funds. They don't have access. And this is the whole thing about agriculture in this country. And you've got to have that track record. You've got to have a good relationship with your bank manager. If farms are going to be taken away and be given to people who don't have access to bank loans and that, because this is what it's all about. You need to make bank loans and that. I mean, you guys know exactly what I'm talking about. I've been on social media for the last 3 weeks, and everyone has been saying this to me and to other people out there. You can't just stop things. You can't just say, no, okay, the bank is not going to get their money back now. Because the banks don't get the money back. They're going to close down. They're going to leave this country. How do we feed the people of South Africa when this happens? When the farms are going to go down? Yes, I know there's a lot of you that say, but you don't understand. You don't understand. You know what? I tell you what, I do understand liberation. I understand what liberation movements mean. Okay, but guys, really, liberation is on the one hand here, and feeding your nation, feeding the nation is on the other hand. Is liberation movements, is it going to feed your nation? Guys, come on, we need to be realistic here, okay? I want to make a documentary on this, okay? Maybe in the next month or so, I need to sit down and I want to plan how am I going to do this documentary. So there's a couple of people and friends that I got on Facebook that I've befriended for some time now. And I want to contact them and see if I can go ahead with this documentary and question them on what is their take on this, the current affairs in South Africa at the moment, and what do they think about the policies and changing the constitution. Will it affect us? Will it benefit us? And who is to blame here? Is the apartheid to blame, or is democracy to blame? Or is liberation to blame? I don't know. There's so many question marks in this country at the moment that none of us know which direction we are going. I don't even know what my future is looking like in South Africa, and I'm not the only one. There's a lot of you out there that do not know how are we going to end up after all this drama has now, okay, once the dust has settled. There's a lot of dust in the air at the moment. Once it settles, we'll see what happens. I don't know. Okay, cool. So I'm going to come back to you. I'll keep updated. Let's see if I can get this documentary on the road. Let's see if I can make a roadshow of it. And let's see if I can go to Soweto and take it from there and speak to the people there. Okay, cool. Thank you. Thanks, Oaks. And remember to keep it real.